Hi, this is Paul Thompson from Spitfire Audio. Very quick walkthrough today just to show a couple of the overlay patches in use for a Sable. So I've got loaded up here the Albion 1 strings high patch. I've got it set to pizzicato. Here's the Albion 1 overlay patch from Sable, again violins. I'm using Jake Jackson's broad mix and set to pizzicato as well. You'll see that I've got the expression pedal controlled here, but I've uncontrolled it there. So we're just listening to Albion first. Sounds like this. And then if we add in Sable, listen to what happens. So you can see that as I'm adding Sable in and then taking it out again, you're getting a kind of interesting spectral difference there. Let's look at the let's load up Jake's medium mix for the Albion overlay. I'm just going to unload a couple of things here so it loads quicker. Okay, so same thing. I'll start with Albion 1. So you can see that you change the kind of change the dynamics of the whole thing completely, and adding in Sable has a massive effect on making Albion 1 sound more defined. You can just add a tiny bit of it. I mean, again, if I just do some kind of repeating pattern. So you can hear what's happening there as I'm moving the expression pedal there and changing the sound. So next up, so for this test, I've changed so that you can also see you can control the master volume as well. So there's a couple of different ways of controlling this. If you look at Albion 1, we've got that set to a set volume, and I'm going to be changing the master volume on here. So this is Albion on its own. And I'll add in Sable. Okay, and again, if we change to the medium mix for Sable and just have another look, see what happens now. So this is again Albion first on its own. So you can see that it's like you're bringing in a new and more defined kind of overlay. It's almost like bringing Albion 1 into focus. I'm going to show you the longs. So we've got the longs loaded in Albion and then the longs in the Sable overlay patch. So again, just Albion on its own. And then bringing in Sable. And then taking it out. So that's just at a kind of medium mod wheel. If I move the mod wheel as well, I'll try and coordinate all my limbs. So I'll play with my right hand. I'll move the mod wheel to get some dynamic variation, and then I'll very slowly bring in the overlay patch. So here we go. So you can hear the effect that you get by adding in Sable to Albion. Really does provide an interesting contrast. I'm going to switch to the broad mic so you get an idea for the kind of widescreen Sable edition as well as the intimate one. So again, same kind of thing. I'll set the dynamics and leave that and play with both hands. So a pretty cool wide variation of sound you can get with that. So we're going to look at Albion 2 now, and we look at this the other way around. Rather than saying Sable adding to Albion 2, we'll look at Albion 2 as an additional to make Sable sound bigger. So what we're going to do is we're going to load up Albion 2 strings high. Okay, so I've removed the CC control from the expression on both of these, just for the purposes of showing how to kind of dial these up and down. And I'm going to ignore the fact that it says hotfix. It's just this is my work copy, so I haven't corrected the name on there. I've got roughly the same kind of mic set up there, and then the broad mics in Sable. And let's make sure that these are all set to the same MIDI channel. So all set to MIDI channel 1. So now you can see I can control the volume of Loegria with the expression pedal, and I'm not affecting the volume of Sable. So again, I'm just going to set the dynamics to a kind of medium position. Let's get that set. So the dynamics I'm just going to set to a medium position. I'm looking at the flautando here, so let's load up flautando on everything. We've got flautando loaded up here. Okay, I've added in the close mics as well. I'm going to leave it set roughly here so you can see what I'm doing. I'll leave the mod wheel set roughly in the middle, and then I'm controlling Loegria from the expression pedal. So let's start. I'll just play something on Sable, and then I'll gradually fade in Loegria. So you hear as I pull it back out again, you get that you hear first of all you hear the Loegria adds a kind of real swell of warmth and emotion underneath, and then you pull it back again and you go back to a softer kind of more gentle thing. I'm going to play it up here as well, so you can hear up here. So starting with just Sable, and then adding Loegria. And then take it out. So it's an interesting way of looking at things. Albion 2 can kind of add some weight behind Sable, and that's another interesting way to look at things. And then the last thing I'm going to look at is looking at Albion 3. So I'll just load up those patches. Okay, so I've got loaded up Iceni cellos, and I've loaded up this Sable Albion 3 overlay patch. There's lots of different ways you can set this up, but just to get a very quick idea of how it can sound, I'm going to play the A cello section in Iceni, which is on the left of the studio, and then just the Albion 3 overlay just in position, which is on the right of the studio. Now, if you wanted to match up your A section and your B section, a very easy way to do this would be to load the Albion 3 overlay patch twice, and then just use the kind of that detune and tune up cheat. So tune it down by 2 here, and then transpose up by 2 here, and then just swap the left and right round in your DAW or in your mixing or whatever, however you've got the output of these coming. So you can kind of duplicate, so you can run both sections at the same time if you want to. But I think this is quite nice because it gives you an idea, a spatial idea as well. If we just run, so again you can see that I've got the expression pedal controlling the volume of Sable. So you're hearing first just Iceni. So it's interesting because you've got the weight of all of those cellos, and then you add in the bite of Sable from having the smaller section close. I'm going to duplicate that with the normal low strings patch here. So we'll do exactly the same thing. I'll unlock automation from the expression pedal. We'll leave it set, it's just set on the shorts, and it sounds like this. So this is all Iceni first. It's an interesting way of bringing definition back into Iceni. It's always that balance. You've got the fantastic weight of that huge number of strings, huge number of celli and basses. But if you want to add in a kind of a little bit more front edge, a little bit more attack and definition and bite into that, then using the Sable celli overlay patch is a perfect way of doing that. So that's a very quick overview of the overlay patches in Sable. I hope you've enjoyed it, and see you on the next one. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.